What's up everyone, we're going to be going through the best NBA player props on Prizepicks today. Now I did want to show you the results from yesterday's picks from my exclusive Discord group, and as you guys see, we actually got 17 picks correct, which is absolutely insane. Now a lot of you comment wanting to see how many I got wrong, and I thought I'd show you in today's video. We only got 3 picks wrong and got 17 right, which is an 85% win rate. Yes guys, you heard that right, 85% win rate. So we're on a huge hot streak, but if you want to get an 85% win rate and get 17 picks right like me, win more bets and receive the best picks from some of the best bettors in the world for less than a cup of coffee, you can access the exclusive Discord to meet some of the best sport bettors in the game by joining my Patreon, which will be linked down below in the description. Once you join, you'll have complete access to the Discord and can start winning more bets today. So make sure to join my Patreon using the link in the description. And here's one of our members who just signed up and won himself $500 just yesterday. Another member who won $101 for the 5th day in a row since joining my Discord. So guys, if you want to win big money like our members, the link will be in the description, so go join the Patreon to have access to the Discord group, and I will be continuing to upload every single day on this channel the best bets and props, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss my daily uploads. Alright, so let's get straight into the first pick. And when it comes to these picks, I'm not saying to chuck all of them into a parlay and hope for the best. Pick and choose the ones that you like and the ones that work best for you. So first pick we're going to talk about is Dereck Lively II for 18.5 points, rebs, and assists, and this one actually is for more. Now, when we look at Dereck Lively, we've actually seen him go on the over in 3 out of the last 5 games, which is fantastic to see. And they do face off against none other than the Utah Jazz. Now, when we look at Utah Jazz, we see that they do rank 26th when it comes to points allowed. On top of that, when we move over to assists allowed, we see that they do rank 26th as well. And then 22nd when it actually comes to rebounds allowed. So, Utah Jazz rank very low in all 3 categories. But even to take it a step further, they also do a very poor job at restricting points, rebs, and assists to the center position as well, which is what Dereck Lively does play. So, we definitely see someone like Dereck Lively having himself a great game coming into this matchup. He has been able to go on the over in the last 2 games, so he has gotten a little bit of a hot streak going, and I think it will continue on into this easier matchup, which is the Utah Jazz. Now his average over the last 5 is 18.2, so close enough to this line to our liking, which is what we like to see. But on top of anything else, what we also do see is that when we look at what the bookies are saying, the bookies also have him favored for the over as well, which is honestly fantastic there. So I definitely would keep an eye out for someone like Dereck Lively. And when it comes to Dereck Lively as well, what we do also see is that when it comes to this game, it is going to expected to be a pretty fast-paced game in that manner, and we definitely could see someone like Dereck Lively get a little bit more volume as usual due to the fact that we are expecting a little bit more pace coming into this one. So because of that, Dereck Lively II, keep an eye out for him for points, rebs, and assists for 18.5 for more. I think that's an absolute steal. Now getting to the next one, we're going to be talking about Keyonte George. So Keyonte George, great player as we all know, and I do want to mention there is only one game for today when it comes to the NBA, and we are going to be talking about the Utah Jazz points, rebs, and assists though for Keyonte George for 21.5, and this one actually is for more. Now, when we look at Keyonte George, we've actually seen him go on the over in 3 out of the last 5 games, which is great to see. And they do face off against none other than the Dallas Mavericks. Now, when we look at the Dallas Mavericks, as we all know, the Dallas Mavericks, when it comes to points allowed, do actually rank when it comes to points allowed as 7th, which is pretty good to see. They have actually increased over the last couple of games. On top of that, when we move over to assists allowed, we see that the Dallas Mavericks do rank 18th. And then rebounds allowed, we see that the Dallas Mavericks do rank pretty low as they rank 26. So a little bit of an interesting one there, a little bit higher in points, a little bit lower in assists, and then even the lowest in rebounds. Now when it comes to this, pick in general, a big reason why we do like the over for this situation is due to the fact that Keyonte George has a very good usage rate in all departments, whether it's points, rebs, and assists. Now he has gone on the over in 3 out of the last 5 games, but on top of that, even when we look at the times that he has missed, he's gotten pretty close, and he's pretty consistent at getting close to this line, which is what we like to see. So I definitely would keep an eye out for Keyonte George. I see a lot of value there for him to be able to go on the over. Now his average over the last 5 is also 25.4, so significantly above this line, which is great to see. And when it comes to this game, we are expecting a good amount of pace, which should lead to a good amount of volume when it comes to Keyonte George coming into this one. So we definitely see a lot of value there for Keyonte coming into this game. And like we always mention, when it comes to the bookies have him favored for the over, so it definitely works in our favor here. So because of that, Keyonte George, keep an eye out for him. Points, rebs, and assists, 21.5 for more, I think is a fantastic pick. Now getting to the next one, we're going to be talking about none other than Naji Marshall. Now when it comes to Naji Marshall, this one is a great one. Now when it comes to actually this pick, it is a combo one for points and rebs for 12.5, and this one actually is for more. Now, when we look at Naji, we've actually seen him go on the over in 3 out of the last 5 games, and they do face off against none other than the Utah Jazz. Now, when we look at the Utah Jazz, we actually do very much like this pick due to the fact that when it comes to points and rebs for the Utah Jazz, you know, just to reiterate, they rank 26th in points allowed, and on top of that, rebounds allowed. They actually do rank 22nd, so rank very, very low. But on top of that, Naji Marshall is a forward. You know, we did mention Dereck Lively doing very well, especially since he is center, but Jazz just struggle really much against big men, and I think with Naji Marshall he should be able to take advantage of this and being able to go on the over here. So we do definitely like this pick quite a lot. When it comes to Naji Marshall as well, it's gone over 3 out of the last 5, but his average also over the last 5 has been 17.2, so significantly over his lines, and even the times that he has missed it, he's gone pretty close, which is what we like to see. But we think overall we are going to see an increase in Naji Marshall's usage rate coming into this game. He does come off the bench, and there is, you know, a lot of speculation that when it comes to Naji Marshall, we tend to see him go on, you know, pretty early, especially with easier teams. So we definitely could see that with Naji Marshall get a couple more minutes, which could lead to a lot of volume there. So looking at the bookies also have in favor for the over as well, so that works in our favor. We are expecting a very high volume, high paced game from this only game that is, you know, in the NBA. But because of that, Naji Marshall 12.5 points and rebs for more, I think is an absolute steal. So as you all know, I do want to get these picks out to you as soon as possible, but Prizepicks is delayed with some of their lines, so here are a couple of players you should definitely watch out for when their lines drop. So the first player we're going to be talking about is Daniel Gafford. So Daniel Gafford, as you all know, great player. Now he does play for the Dallas Mavericks, and when it comes to the Dallas Mavericks, we do definitely like the way he has been playing as of recent, averaging 12.2 points, 6.1 rebounds, and 1.3 assists. So he's done a fantastic job, also shooting 72.5%, you know, from the field, which actually ranks him first, which is really good to see. But when it comes to this matchup, like I mentioned, there is only one game, but there is a lot of value in this one. Mavericks versus Jazz. Mavericks so far 5-6, Jazz 2-8. So we definitely are expecting a pretty easier game for Dallas Mavericks to be able to get it done. Now, just to recoup on, you know, Utah Jazz ranked 26 when it comes to points allowed, 26th in assists allowed, and then 22nd in rebounds allowed. So this one's kind of a no-brainer to us, guys. We definitely see someone like Gafford being able to go on the over, no doubt about it. The way he has been playing has not only been great, but he's also been able to do a fantastic job in his efficiency, and we definitely see that being a big plus here. Like we mentioned with also Dereck Lively's a center. We see him going over on his line. Daniel Gafford's also a center, and that's why we also see him going over on his line as well. Now, when it comes to someone like Gafford, he is a great player, but on top of that, we are expecting him to have a good amount of usage rate coming into this matchup. Utah Jazz just allow quite a lot of points and rebs also to the center position, so I would focus definitely a lot more on those two, as I see a lot more value for someone like Gafford, especially with his play style and how he tends to play with this Dallas Mavericks team. So definitely keep an eye out for the over for this one. I see a lot of value there for Gafford, but like I always mention, you want to keep an eye out for the line first. If the line is, you know, under his averages, then definitely look to go on the over there. So getting into the next player, we're going to be talking about Jordan Clarkson. So Jordan Clarkson, as we all know, great player for, you know, none other than the Utah Jazz. He does play point, and he's been averaging 14.4 points, 3.9 rebounds, and 3.9 assists. Now he has been shooting 39.4% from the field, so he's done a great job, you know, all season long. Now when it comes to Jordan Clarkson, like I mentioned, they face off against the Mavs, and just to reiterate on the Mavs and their season so far, they rank 7th when it comes to points allowed. On top of that, when we look at assists allowed, we see that they rank a little bit worse, ranking 18th, and then rebounds allowed, Dallas Mavericks do rank 26th, so a little bit lower in that category. Now when it comes to Jordan Clarkson, we do actually like the over for this situation, but I would focus strictly on assists. When it comes to Jordan Clarkson, yes, he is only averaging around 4 assists per game. It may not sound like a lot, but for this Utah Jazz team, it is a pretty decent usage rate, and that's a big reason why we do very much like the over for this situation here. He is a fantastic player, but on top of everything else, what we do like about Jordan Clarkson is that when it comes to his play style, he is, you know, very, very aggressive. He does have a good amount of usage rate, and that's why we definitely see him going over on his assist line. When it comes to points and rebs, rebounds, we tend to see him. Yes, he does get 4 rebounds, but it is very much, you know, if the ball just lands in his lap, then he'll definitely get that rebound there. He doesn't really hunt for it. We see him hunt for a lot more assists, a lot more points, and because of those reasons, we do very much like the over for this one. So definitely keep an eye out for Clarkson, but like I mentioned, keep an eye out strictly for assists. We see a lot of value there to go on the over, especially coming into this matchup. And we are expecting a good amount of pace in this game, which should definitely lead to Clarkson going on the over. So for Jordan Clarkson, keep an eye out for his line, his assist line specifically. If it is under his averages, then definitely look to go on the over. So guys, if you do want to win more bets and win more money, don't forget to join our exclusive Discord group by signing up to our Patreon. Should be linked down below in the description, or you can also find it in the pinned comment down below. Once you join, you'll have complete access to the Discord and can start winning more bets and win more money today. So guys, I'll see you over there, and I'll see you soon. Peace.